On Tuesday, the UFC was in Toronto to promote their upcoming 129 card, which is set to take place on April 30th and features 2 title encounters. In the main event, Georges St-Pierre looks to defend the title for a 6th time, while Mark Hominick looks to be the man to dethrone pound-for-pound great Jose Aldo. UFC President Dana White was thrilled to announce that fans inside of the Rogers Centre will get a unique interactive experience.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Finally, you know, I always say Canada's the mecca of mixed martial arts. It's unbelievable how fast it's taken off here, how big it is here, and how much talent comes out of Canada. And, you know, to finally be here, and the people, you know, we've been all over Canada putting on fights over the last several years, and the people from Ontario were screaming for this. We're finally here, and to have, you know, 2 guys from Canada, you know, competing for titles, it's awesome.
But leading up towards that, there's going to be all sorts of other events in the city, throughout the city. We want to make this, in many ways, this is our Super Bowl.
Although Jake Shields may not be well known to the casual fans, the Cesar Gracie black belt is a serious threat to the welterweight champion, especially if the bout goes to the ground. St-Pierre has been working with some of the best grapplers in the world to prepare for the American Jiu-Jitsu fighter.
So I've been training with Roger Gracie a lot and Braulio Estima a lot lately for improving Jiu-Jitsu. Because Jake Shields is a very accomplished athlete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but the fighting is different also than only a Jiu-Jitsu competition. So I'm not afraid to go on the ground with Jake Shields.
I love this role. I love getting looked at exactly the same as Henderson. You know, everyone's talking about Henderson, you know, the next champ, this. That was kind of Strikeforce is trying to throw me out on a loss, but I definitely had different plans. I went out there planning on spoiling it and going into the UFC on a win, and that's, you know, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing here. Everyone's talking about GSP and GSP's that, which I do think he's a phenomenal fighter and deserves all of this, but I plan on going out there and dethroning his title run.
With a victory, Mark Hominick will become only the 3rd Canadian to become UFC champion, an opportunity the well-spoken Adrenaline Training Center founder has not forgotten.
You know what, this is the dream I've been thinking about since I've been 13 years old. You know, like this is my passion, this sport. Since I've been 13 years old, every morning I've woken up thinking about training, about the sport, about getting better, and every night I went to bed thinking the same thoughts. You know, this is the culmination of 10 years as a pro, and I'm ready to do it on April 30th.
That's all part of the game, whatever he's going to say before the fight. It all comes down to the training I do in Brazil. I think all my opponents have been very tough, and he's going to be no different.
This is a great opportunity, and to be able to be showcased in the co-main event, like I said, this is a dream come true, and I'm ready to do it.
It will be the biggest North American event in the sport's brief history, and it takes place in the new mecca of mixed martial arts on April 30th.